This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses.
I think we could be honest and say that the Quad Cortex had maybe a little bit of a 50-50 questionable start. It was a little bit late for the pre-order guys. Not only that, but I think the updates have been potentially a little bit slower than people might have expected. You might have expected the plugins in there already and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, the form factor of it, I think, is pretty great, especially for kind of fly rigs and stuff. And I also think that it's probably the easiest modeler to get from A to B on. So say for instance you're new to modeling, you've got some amps that you already like. So for instance for this I captured my Mesa Boogie Mark III. Because you've got capture in here, you have multiple captures in one preset, you can just capture your kind of clean channel, dirty channel and set up a live preset in a matter of maybe sort of 15-20 minutes. I don't think you get as quick results as that with any other modeler. Certainly I think so. Jake just bought one of these and he was asking how might I gig with one, so I wanted to do a video about that. David Beebe's kind of on the fence, sometimes getting a little bit gassy for one of these boys as well. But I think there is definitely an argument, if you're looking for a fly rig and you're looking to quickly transition from having your real amps on stage to, giving this modeling thing a shot. I do think it's expensive for that, but I do think at the same time, it's quite a powerful little thing, a really nice form factor, perfect for kind of fly rigs. And as I say, if you capture with your Vibroverb, your Royer mic, just create your capture, and then build from there, I think it's a really quick way to get some really good results in terms of tone. So anyway, that's the idea of this video, is to take 2 Mark III captures, so 5 minutes each, one clean, one dirty, and to build a gigging preset from it and see something super simple that could easily be giggable. So that's this. Oh, that's another thing actually. It's really cool to have this kind of Wi-Fi connectivity because it does make quite a bit of a difference. There's no PC editor or any of that yet, but not having to plug in USB and stuff like that, if it works for you, so it has worked for me perfectly with my Wi-Fi, it is quite a really nice way to grab presets off the cloud. So like in this video, I check out Rob Harris's live preset as well quickly. I could grab a preset from a friend or, explore presets that other people like myself might have uploaded. It's pretty cool for that kind of thing and quicker than any other modeler for that as well.
So my buddy Jake got a Quad Cortex, which he's probably going to sell in a couple of days anyway, but he asked me about how I would set up the Quad Cortex for gigging. So for him, I think he's intending to use the Quad Cortex to go direct for gigs. So I'm going to just set up something which is going to have kind of 2 captures and 1 cab. So the cab I'm going to use will be this one here, and I've actually got a capture of my Mark III, and I've got a clean as well as a dirty. So I'm going to use the lead here, and then neural capture, clean. Just bypass both of them for now. I don't want this one to be on a foot switch, unassign. Okay, right. And I don't think I want these amps to be on a foot switch. So first thing you probably need to decide is whether you're going to be using the Quad Cortex in pedal mode or snapshot mode. So the advantage of scene mode, is that you can change parameters as well as bypass states of blocks. The advantage of pedal mode is that you could be on the fly switching in gain stages and that sort of stuff. But for me, I think the optimal way to use it probably is scene mode at the moment, because pedal mode at the moment, if you assign more than one pedal to a button, you can't actually see very easily what it is or change what the light is. So I'm also going to unassign these. From here, I want to go into scene mode, I think. So first of all, I'll set up a clean scene, and we'll turn this on for this. So save. So scene 1. That seems quite loud. And this capture has come out quite bright, so I might just... Probably a good idea to go for slightly darker tones if you're going to be going direct to front of house. Right, so that's our scene 1, clean. So then you decide, do I want some delays and stuff like that? So we'll go with a tape delay in stereo, stick this at the end. Another thing to bear in mind is if you're going to be going out to a real cab on stage, or like a power cab or something like that, you would probably want to do something like this. Decouple this part here, where are you? This split here. And then send this one out to output 3 and 4, which would go to your power stage or power cab. Sorry, no, this one would go to front of house, so out of output 1. This one would go to output 3 or 4, which would then go to your cab or your power stage or your power cab, whatever you're using. So this one wouldn't have the IR on it. But I'm not going to be doing that, so I'll just use that as multiple outs. So we've got clean. Then you probably want to think about layout, like do I want the same sounds here but without delay or something? So maybe for B I would do that, and then bypass this one. So if we hold this here and then bypass, then I should have a clean tone with delay and a clean tone without. Okay, then I might think, right, I want my lead tone here. So for my lead tone without delay to start with, so we're going to turn this one off and we'll bypass this one and bypass this one. So now we have clean lead, clean lead, and so this one again turn off, this one turn on. So then okay, and then without delay down here. And then think about other things, so maybe do you need reverb? Do you need any of the other things that you're thinking that you need in this preset? So things for me, I might also want to have something with a bit more. So for instance, I'd have a noise gate come on for my lead tones. So here I need to turn the noise gate on, so I press this on, and here same again, hold and on. So now for my clean tones, no noise gate. For my lead tone, noise gate. I could have even more gain, so if I go here and turn this one off, we're going to keep this one as like a lead tone, but we're going to introduce a bit of a boost. So we're already quite mid heavy, so I'm going to go for something without too much mid hump. The OD250 seems like a good option for this. Here it's a bit noisy going into that capture, but this is going to be like a higher gain lead tone, and so we also want to turn this on. And then if we bypass this and then turn these on, we just turn it on for when we want it. So this here and this here. So now we've got clean, lead, even more gain without delay, right? And you know, you could take this down even. Generally I find it doesn't need to be as high as it is. And you may want to change some parameters per snapshot, right? So, or scene. So if you wanted to, for instance, we could also have a boosted version here of this same snapshot. So if I go here, maybe copy scene G and copy it to H. So then what I could do here is actually, if we turn on, if we want to have like a volume boost, we hold here on this parameter and then turn this up, we'd have like a 3 dB boost or whatever. So then and then I could also copy that scene, copy scene to D, which is quite nice, and then turn that delay on. So what I've then got is essentially, that is how I think you could quite quickly and quite easily set up preset for gigging. And if you're finding things a little bit bright, one of the cool things that you might want to consider doing, go into the EQ and drop one of these into your preset. And high cut, sort of, where is it? We want a low pass filter at about -6 dB. Bring that down potentially around 5, between 3 and 5, and bypass it as standard. And then try using it if you're finding things too bright. So on my solo, for instance, I might bring it in and then tame that high end. And same on here, same situation. Just, you know, a little bit less direct and maybe a little bit more kind of lead tones, but give that a try. Of course, this video will be less relevant once they actually bring out the Cores 2 update, because then there'll be things like hybrid mode, so you can use pedals and scenes at the same time. So this is just how I would set it up for the moment. I've done one other kind of gigging preset which you may want to check out. This one here. You see a bit of a different setup. So I've got rhythm, lead, clean, clean delay, lighter, light lead, clean with the phaser, and clean phase. This one, I think for this one I had the expression pedal controlling the delay mix, but between those two kind of setups, I think that would be how I would set this thing up for gigging. Try and keep it relatively simple to start with. Also check out Rob Harris's clean and lead. So this is one that he's using gigging as well. That one's on the cloud as well, worth a go. I would probably add some noise gates to that, but again, if you like my kind of thing as well. Check that out. I'll catch you in another video soon. And if you want me to drop this preset into the cloud, leave a pleasant comment saying, please drop that into the cloud, officer. Cheers for now.